Many of you are probably aware of the events happening in Michigan Church with the Pastor Ron Kelley being put on administrative leave. This has been a topic that the elders have discussed multiple times at our elders meetings, and the reason we felt it was imperative to write a letter is that, number one, pastors and leaders who stand for the truth should not be forced to stand alone, and we want Ron Kelley and those at the Village Church to know that we and other churches around the world are making sure they know they have our support. Whenever injustice is manifested in God's church, it is the duty of God's people to stand. Quote from Ellen White in Third Testimonies, page 280. If God abhors one sin above another, it is doing nothing in the case of an emergency. Indifference and neutrality in a religious crisis is regarded of God as a grievous crime and equal to the very worst type of hostility against God.
Through the prophet Ezekiel, God called the leaders of his people to be watchmen on the walls of Zion, vigilant and faithful to warn of threats. In this spirit, we, the elders of Sandpoint Seventh-day Adventist Church, write in defense of Pastor Ron Kelley and the leadership of the Village Church, expressing our deep concern over the recent actions taken by the Michigan Conference leadership against them. Jesus said, "By their fruits you will know them," Matthew 7:20. Pastor Kelley's ministry has consistently borne good fruit. Consider just a few examples: proclaiming the three angels' messages, establishing a health clinic for his community, planting a church for Native Americans, standing for liberty of conscience during COVID, and speaking boldly against cultural attacks on the family, marriage, and God's created gender. His faithfulness to God's calling is evident and undeniable. Despite this, the Michigan Conference has placed Pastor Kelley on administrative leave without offering any legitimate justification. Such actions erode trust in leadership and undermine confidence in the integrity of our church. Meanwhile, Pastor Kelley's family, congregation, Village Church Board, and elder team remain united in their support of his ministry, a collective testimony and witness to his integrity and divine calling. As members of God's remnant movement, we have a sacred responsibility to defend truth and oppose injustice, even within our own ranks. We cannot remain silent while foundational principles of fairness, liberty, and accountability are disregarded. If actions like those in Michigan are permitted against a prominent pastor in one of the largest churches in a conference, we shudder at the chilling effect it will have on ministers worldwide. How will they carry out the command to cry aloud, spare not, lift up your voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins? Isaiah 58:1. We call upon the Michigan Conference to acknowledge the wrong that has been done and reverse their decision. If their actions are just, they should, as Jesus appealed during his trial, "If I have spoken evil, bear witness of the evil. But if well, why do you strike me?" John 18:23. We need more pastors like Ron Kelley in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. We need all pastors who preach the straight testimony of Jesus, to know that we, the people of the remnant church, stand firmly in their support. Members must trust that the church stands for truth, though the heavens fall. Therefore, we call upon the sisterhood of Adventist churches worldwide to unite in support of Pastor Ron Kelley. As we stand together, we pray for God's blessing upon our worldwide church so that this gospel of the kingdom can be preached in all the world and the end may come. Lyle.